Hi, good evening, and welcome to our live at 5. This is Jenny McCormack. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm based in the market town of Brackley in the UK. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you're joining me live, then feel free to comment and I'll answer any questions that you may have. If you're watching on catch up or later on YouTube and you have any questions or any comments, I always welcome feedback. Then just comment on the video or comment under the video on YouTube, and I'll get back to you with a reply or an answer if needed. So, thank you for joining us today. Yesterday, I unboxed our new mini Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine and had a little bit of fun with that. And in doing so, I created this little card here with the Christmas tree on. And this is from a product medley called Most Wonderful Time. And this is retiring this year. It is still currently available. I did just check before I came back online. Let me just move that out of the way so it's not shining as brightly for you. And the product medley consists of a whole series of products. This is just what's left from my original one, which I purchased last year because it was in our catalogue last year. It's right at almost at the front of the August to December catalogue, which is this one here if you recognise it. And as far as I'm aware, the refill kit has sold out, but the product medley is at half price at £32.50 instead of the original 65, and it consists of stamps, papers, dies and accessories. All you need basically are some ink pads and a block, and obviously a die cutting machine if you want to cut any labels and things like that. But let me show you what I have left. So this is the stamp set itself, and I do love these presents because you can stamp the presents easily in two colours. This is one stamp and this is another, so you get the base of the presents and then you get the bows, and it'd be quite nice to do those in gold embossing and stamp these perhaps in a nice deep red, for example. And then we have some sentiments. This cute little tree here, which is the one I used for this card from yesterday. And then we've got another tree here. We've got some candy canes that can sit obviously on the tree. We've got this little star and these useful little stars here. And that's what I've stamped on the top. And those stars actually match some of the papers included in the pack. So let me show you the other components, and we'll just make a nice quick and simple set of cards. So we have 48 sheets of papers. There's 6 designs. They're all double-sided, and there's 8 sheets of each design. So I haven't got a full set here anymore, but let me show you what I do have. So one side is green, the other side is green and red. So we have these lovely presents. So these have some gold embossing on as well that you can see here, I think. So we have the presents, and on the reverse of that we have little bows. Then we have the candy canes with some lovely gold trees on the reverse side. We have these lovely mistletoe, and on the reverse of that are the small trees. So you can see how this all coordinates. We've got these lovely deer, so these are fantastic, and I'll show you the sheets with the deer as well that have die cuts to go with them. And then we have the gold stripes and the green stars on the reverse. We've had this one, we've had the presents, and then you've got red stars, oh, and the deer, beg your pardon, we've seen those, and we've got red, green and gold stripes, oh yes, with the stars. So back round to the beginning, candy canes and red and pink stripes. So you do get 48 sheets of those, and those are 6 inches by 6 inches. You then get a series of gold backing cards, and you have 3 designs. You have the stars, the stripes, and then the larger stars, which ideally would go that way round, but you could use it that way as a sort of diamond format. And then we have a whole set of sheets of die cuts. Now again, I've used some of these already. So there are candy canes, and there are these lovely banners here with different layouts. We have some berries and some little stars. You can see these ones I've used already. And then we have these lovely deer. And if I pull off one of these, you can see the detail. So these are laser cut. You can see the detail of the deer. So delicate. And I like the fact that you have deer in different directions. So that one's facing that way, that one's looking that way, and then you've got this baby one here to the right, and then a different one to the left. So a complete combination. So I can't see, I do apologise if you're making comments, because if you are, I can't see any. I have no idea why. And then we have trees. Obviously I've used some of these, and more of the little deer. So you get all of those. And in addition to that, you get some gold, very fine tinsel, and some gold stars that to go with this. And I've used all of the gold stars up. So what I want to do is just basically make some, show you how to make some quick and easy cards from the die cuts. And these are the ones that I showed yesterday. You have, amongst other things, an angel here and a little star. Oh, hi Verity, I see messages. Hooray. Hi Carol with an E. How lovely to see some ladies with me. Thank you. So, yes, I'm just going to do some simple crafting. So the colours for this is basically Old Olive and Real Red. They are the main colours. And you can find the details for this on page 7 in the catalogue. And as I said, it's half price, reduced to £32.50 whilst stocks last, because this is actually retiring. Okay. So, the die cuts that go with, cut the presents, the 2 trees, the 2 dies as I showed you, and then also this little label, which is very pretty and not necessarily Christmassy. So that's quite a useful one to have for other sentiments. So let's see. I was thinking we could do 1 stamped card and 1 card using some of the papers. So I think I'm going to use the papers with the presents on, because they are very sweet. And although they're Christmas colours, they're not necessarily Christmas presents, because they are just, there's no holly or anything, they are just presents with bows and ties and ribbon. So what I'm thinking is just to layer that up to start with. I could put a black layer behind this, because this has got a black in the ribbon, but I don't think it really needs it. I think there's enough going on with that. So I'm just going to pop that into my trimmer and cut this at 10 centimetres. So I've got a small border, half centimetre border all the way around. There's one. And then this side's going to be 14.35, which will give me half a centimetre in the other direction. So the pieces of card are paper 6x6. So what is useful is if you cut this for one card, you'll have two pieces, and cut another one. You'll have two pieces like this, so you can then sandwich two more back together again, or you could use them as different layers, or you could mix that layer, for example, with some stripes. Okay, or even this way looks rather nice like that. Okay, so you can mix and match. Now, we don't use, or I certainly don't use, candy canes. That tends to be more an American or possibly Canadian influence. So if you don't do candy canes, then use the other sides of everything. So what I'm thinking of doing is popping that layer straight down and then cutting out some of the presents and laying them on top in 3D. So nice and simple, bit of fussy cutting, but to be honest, it's so quick with these presents that it's not really an issue. So I'm just going to glue this onto my card. So I've got a real red base card. So I hope everybody's had a productive week, and maybe you've got something lined up for the weekend. 2 weeks today, it will be Christmas Day, which seems slightly unreal. I have to say that all of my Christmas cards are done, but I haven't, so I've made them, but I haven't posted them or even written them. Okay, so these presents here are the same. They're in different colours. So I'm just going to cut round a couple of these really quickly. Let's see. Yeah, what I'm going to do is, you can either choose to have them, cut them right to the edge, or cut them with a little border round. Entirely up to you. So I'm just going to cut this out. I cut this with a little border, and so that can go on there, but on dimensionals, like so. This one here is obviously similar to this one. I could do with one further down, so let me grab another sheet. So maybe this one here. So you get 48 sheets of pattern paper. So plenty to be playing with. You also have the stamps for the presents. Oh, okay, Jeanette. Well, to be honest, you've hardly missed anything apart from me rambling a little bit. That's nothing new about this product medley. So all I've done is chosen a piece of the backing paper and popped it onto my layer card. Hello, Tracy. So this one's going to go onto there. This one's going to go onto there. And I might put do this one here and then have my sentiment on the right hand side. So 1, 2, 3 I'm going to do. And I might do this one here. Quite a few of the presents are similar shapes, so you can mix and match them if you wish, to save yourself a little bit of paper. Let's just cut this up like so. Reminds me a bit of the little houses that we did recently. They are cute, and as I say, they're really not, I know they're Christmas colours, but they're not Christmas presents per se. So I'm thinking like that, or maybe I'll do it that way around, like so. So I'm going to pop those up on dimensionals. Hi Louise. And then in the die cuts there are some really nice panels that match the stamps. So you've got this sort of double layer one here, a straight one, and then a longer thin one. So I'm thinking it might fit nicely in there. And in the sentiments we've got "Hope you have a wonderful Christmas," which I think would look really nice on there. So let me grab that, and I could stamp it in the red, or I could stamp it in dark green, or I could stamp it in the black to match the black ribbon that's here. Let's just move that out of the way temporarily. So I've got "Hope you have a wonderful Christmas," and I got the ink pads out ready. Yes, I like simple crafting. I'm a very simple crafter, as you know, Verity. That's very much my style. Okay, "Hope you have a wonderful Christmas." That says, and it fits that perfectly. Fits this one as well. There we go. So let us find my sheet of dimensionals. I've just got some mini ones here, so they will do. So I've got 3 presents that I've cut out from my sheet of paper. And then I'll also do one with the Christmas trees. The December box, that's a good question. It's all been ordered, so I'm just waiting on delivery, which I'm hoping will be early next week, Louise. And then it takes me usually 2 days to prep everything, but it will be very much dependent on the UPS delivery, because I know they're stacked up from France and Germany. And this one here, I was going to do that one, wasn't I? We'll manage. There we go. Like so. So I appreciate you can't necessarily see that. I'll just fold that over. If I hold it up, you might see the depth there. No, I don't think you can. But we have three presents there that have been cut out. And so I've got here, "Hope you have a wonderful Christmas." Oh, well done, Pauline. That is good. Actually, I'm going to put this up here, and I think I'll put dimensionals on that as well. Let me just grab the larger ones. What are you cooking, Pauline? Do we need to all come round? And do you offer a takeaway? I wonder. That's to Pauline, who said she was watching me while she's cooking dinner. Do the dies match the papers? That is a good question. I don't think they match the present papers. There we go. Oh, nice. And the only reason I say that, Verity, is because let me just grab the die. Zup. These go in a row straight across. And I can't see any set of 3 that go straight across that are the right shape. So I would say no, they don't. But they do obviously match the stamps, as do the trees. So they cut out these 2 here, this one and this one. Okay, but obviously they cut out these. All right, so there's my first card, and so it says, hope you have a wonderful Christmas. You could add a few red gems. I think you should, Pauline. So nice and easy, and all I've done is literally put the back on. I have stamped this, but all of the other elements I've either die cut or, well, sorry, cut out, or they're already die cut from the system. So this is the one I did yesterday. So I'd quite like to use the deer, actually, because the deer are rather special. So here are some die cut deer. I think so. So, oh, so this is all the whole lot is the product medley, which is reduced to $32.50. So it has all the candy canes and everything. And it was $65. It's now $32.50. Here's some more. And it's on page 6, I believe. I think I said page 6 of the autumn winter catalogue. Oh, page 7. And it's still in stock at the minute at half price. So I think that sheet of deer is gorgeous with the gold in. Mind you, how nice is that? Too much choice, really. So let me find, I've got an old, well, I actually got Pear Pizzazz card, but it's close enough for our purposes. So I'm thinking I just want all of those lovely deer on that backing because they're just so nice. So let me cut that up. So you get stamps, dies, 48 sheets of papers, you get some tinsel, very fine tinsel, you get gold stars, all for $32.50. So what I would recommend is buy it and tuck it away, ready for next year, and sit yourself down in the summer and do some. It doesn't have cards or envelopes with it, that is the only thing. It's product medley is designed for crafters that, you know, want to be able to do lots of different things with the products. So let me find my glue. This is pretty too. And obviously with these sheets it works really well if you cut them diagonally and then mix and match your sheets together. That is really nice. I'm hoping that I might find a spare die cut that I can put down and put one of the deer onto it. So let me have a quick look in my packs of die cuts. So I've got this one here, this one, and these ones here. So I'm sure something out of there will do the job. This one here. Let's see what we can find. So these are the die cut deer, and they're already self-coloured and everything. So we have this one or this one here. So I'm just going to pull this one out. See how fine that detail is. It's all laser cut. So let's see if that would work with the Merry Christmas underneath it. It seems a shame to hide all the deer though, but we could potentially put him on there. And we could have a look. We could possibly put this banner right the way across, like so. Or I've got another sheet of deer. I might make them go the other way. So I've got a portrait one, but that would potentially work, like that. Maybe with some stars in the background. So let me just pop this back for a second, like that. Let me just see if there's another sheet with the reindeer pattern. What's it got on the back? Red stars. There we go. Oh, loads. Okay, so what I'm going to do is cut another piece. So I've got the reindeer going down that direction. Like so. That's it. So bear with me while I just cut that with my trimmer. So I was very excited to receive my pre-order yesterday. So this is demonstrators being able to order from the new catalogue that comes out in January. So anybody that's ordered my class in a box will get their copies, and anybody else who's ordered from me recently will get theirs next, and then I'll work my way through my lovely customer list. Okay, so I'm going to pop that one on there, and I quite like to put this here because it's got the darker deer on either side. So I've been very good and not done anything with my pre-order. I am organising some shares for the paper, so I've got to cut those up and photograph those at the weekend. So if you want a little bit of all of the papers, I have 2 paper share options coming up that you can pre-order. There we go. So there's the deer. It's quite difficult for you to see it in the different colours, isn't it? Sorry. Hopefully you can see those. Right, and I think we need a bit of interest for this deer here. So what I'm going to do is find these stamps and add these little stars over the back. So it's quite a small little stamp, but very effective. Let me grab a piece of grid paper. Find a fairly tidy one that will work. Move that out of the way. There we go. So this was in the catalogue, as I say, last year. Here's one of the trees that I've cut out and die cut. They're very cute too. And I'm going to use, this uses smoky slate and basic grey, so I'm going to use smoky slate and just do some stars around it. Obviously you can add as much bling as you would like. Okay, let's move this one out of the way. Bring this in. So this has got tiny little stars. So I'm just going to put this over behind. If you can see the detail of that. It's cute. I think I'm going to bring this all the way around. And it's quite nice because it's sort of in a triangle shape, so you can sort of mix it round. And I think stars are great for boys' cards as well. I know, aren't they fab, Jane? The papers are exceptional. And the trees, obviously you could use at any time in the stamps, but I think the presents are perfect for all occasions as well. So here's our die cut deer. What I might do is ground him, poor little chap, with a little bit of blender pen. I've got smoky slate here. Like so. Voila. So I've got my reindeer papers and my reindeer on a die cut. I could put a piece of pear pizzazz behind, or if I've got a big enough piece, so I know it would be a shame to cover it up, but you could effectively do that. That would also be nice. So these papers, oh hi Brenda, you could easily, as I say, chop in that direction and put two layers together. I don't want to cover this one up having done that. But as I say, you could mix and match easily. Let me just grab, what have I got here? I want to introduce red. So I might just put those little stars around the edge, or I could use my blending pens. Yes. So I've got a green pen. So I've added a label to my blending brushes, rather, not pens. Just a generic, so green, blue, red, pink, yellow, that sort of thing. So let's just see if we can add this in. So always take some of the ink off to start with, okay, and then I'm just going to bring this in around the edge. I could use smoky slate as well, that would work, but I want to tie this in to the rest of the card, which is why I'm using Old Olive in this case. Voila. Just add a little bit round there. So you can make that as dark as you wanted. You could go, you know, almost right up to the edge of the deer. Let's add a bit more green here, and then it'll look like my reindeer is standing on a bit of grass. So as I say, I hope everybody is keeping well. I seem to remember there's an update next week, isn't there, on the new tiers and everything, so I think we'll all be watching with bated breath to see what they're going to suggest. There we go. I think those stars are so cute and useful if you want to, you know, cover up a small blemish if you have one. So I'm just adding a little bit more here. There we go, and just gently across there. Voila. Let's see. Yeah, so that makes him stand out a little better now against that. And then let's grab my banner here and just decide the blending brushes are from memory 1125 for 3 brushes, Brenda, and you don't have to keep them for the same one, just keep rubbing until the colour comes out, or use a cloth to wipe it out. Can't quite decide. I think I might put the banner on there, just so that you don't lose all the information behind. It was this one. So all I'm going to do is use that banner there. Going to stamp it on there. And I'm just going to try Old Olive on there. Obviously this would be nice if you did it gold embossed to match the gold antlers that are on here. So I'm going to use the same sentiment. Hope you have a wonderful Christmas, which I do. It can certainly be a different Christmas for many people, that is for sure. Okay, so there's my die cut piece, and I think what I'm going to do is put that on flat, but put the whole thing on dimensionals. So I'm just lining this up with the stitching, which I appreciate you can't really see, but there's a line of stitching at the bottom, and then put all of that on with dimensionals. Oh, it is a brush. It looks like a sponge, doesn't it? But if I bring this really close, if I part it, I don't know if you can see that. So it is actually a brush. It looks like a sponge, but it's very, very fine bristles, literally like a baby brush. And if I part it, and if you can see that, like that, and it's curved over, so it's perfect for blending with not getting your fingers too dirty, B, not having sponges if you don't like the sound or feel of a sponge. So I would definitely recommend those. So they come out in January. If you're interested in joining our team of demonstrators, and by that, all you have to do to join the team is purchase the starter kit, which is basically £130 of product of your choice, and you pay £99, and you get to be part of our team. And if that is the case, then you can order, if you join in December, then you can order these new products, including the blending brushes and the little mini embossing machine, from now onwards. There's no obligation to actually demonstrate. All that we like to see really is that you enjoying your crafting. You can just buy at a discount for yourself or with friends. You can, get them to order through you. It's entirely up to you. Okay, right, I think that's all done. So here we are. Gonna put him hopefully straight, slightly high. But we can see that, so you can see the gold embossing behind, hopefully, and then we've got the deer and the sentiment. So really easy, and you can make multiples of this. You've got 8 sheets of this paper, and you've got plenty of deer. So this is just one sheet, but I think you have 4 of these. So these are different ones. No, these are the same ones, Jenny. But you can have a scene with, the large ones and the 2 smaller ones, for example. Here, lots of different things. Okay, oh my goodness, it's 5:45 already. So I will just show you the last example, and that is I wanted to stamp this tree, because we stamped the other one yesterday. So if you haven't seen that, I know this is a different colourway altogether, but we've used the gold card that comes in the pack as well, and Oh Christmas Tree. But I wanted to show you the same thing with this one here, and how easy it is to die cut. So just pop it on a block really quickly. Grab a piece of card, get rid of the red ink, and find my ink, just to show you how quick this is to stamp and then die cut. And if you haven't seen the mini die cutting machine, you get to see that too. So just going to stamp a couple of these. These trees are really fun, and to save space when you're stamping and die cutting, you can obviously do them 2 by 2. That might be a bit close. Okay. And then you can colour these in really easily with blends pens, for example. So I've got here a light and dark old olive, but you could use a lighter set. For this one here, I actually used mint macaron. So you can literally just do a bit of dark where the edges are. I'm not going to do this in detail, just want to show it to you really with the die cut. So as much detail as you want really on there. Thanks, Jeanette. And then got the light to go over. I just ordered some more because you can see this is rather on its last legs. Let's see if I can try it on the other end. It's a bit better. So as much detail really as you want. This is stunning in, as are these, stunning in Night of Navy as well. Blue trees on white is really stunning. So as much as you want to do in terms of detail and blending those together. And then just to show you the mini die cutting machine, if you haven't seen it, I'm just going to cut this up a little bit. There we go. So this is the mini die cutting machine. Let me take this out of the way, not lose the stamp. So very cute. You can pick it up with one finger, like so. Sides come down. You can literally carry this in your handbag. And you get a complete set of plates with it for embossing as well as die cutting. So these are 3.5 inches wide. So I've got the base plate and the base. Just going to pop my tree on there. I'm hoping that you can see that okay. Find the die. And pop it on. And I would probably use a little bit of washi tape or masking tape to hold that in place. Put the top layer on top, like so, and then wind it through. And because it's only got a small plate, it doesn't take much winding through. You haven't got to do the whole full, you know, full size plate. There we go. There we have it. So there's our die cut tree, which I can now finish working on, and that would work particularly nicely on here with an Oh Christmas Tree banner on the side. So there we go. I'm going to finish colouring this in, but I hope you enjoyed the cards that we've made. So we've got the present one and we've got the one with the deer. You can see that. This is the one I did yesterday. So this is all from the same product medley. It's called Most Wonderful Time, and it was £65, reduced to £32.50 in our retiring sale, and it is available as of now. I don't know for how much longer it will be available, so I am ordering some for people that have already placed orders. So if you would like me to include you in that, just let me know and I'll add you to my order list. So it includes stamps, dies, miniature tinsel, gold stars, 48 sheets of papers, many die cuts of the deer, the trees and everything, and stars. So there we go. Oh, thank you, Carol, with an E. Actually, I think you're the only Carol here, aren't you? So you can just be Carol today. We don't need to discriminate. So if you are interested in the paper shares, then just make a comment underneath and I will let you know. There's two prices. One is for the standard designer papers, most of which are 12 by 12, and they'll be cut into 6 by 12 for you. And there's one pack of 6 by 6. And then I've also got the specialty papers, which includes the acetates and the foiled papers. So if you're interested in any of that, let me know and I can send you the pre-order details, and that includes demonstrators as well as obviously my lovely customers. So there we go. I'm going to finish that and pop it onto there, but I'm going to let you go for the moment. So I will be back on Monday at 10 AM. That's my normal Monday time, and I'll be doing a video of the new papers over the weekend, so I hope to release that on or before Monday as well. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you've enjoyed watching the card making. Nothing too technical. It is Friday after all. So thank you everybody. Take care, look after yourselves. I hope you can keep crafting and stay safe, look after each other. Thank you so much for joining me. See you again soon. Bye bye.